But when you were there, it was just like chaos, but the fun way.
No, and then after this, actually, before we open it up to some questions, Joe and I have also recently completed another film together, another European exploit, just this January called Brain Cell.
Right.
So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about
We
Brain
shot that
Cell.
in Liverpool, not actually the area where the Beatles came from, and it was very, very cold when we shot there. This was mid-January, and it's like sort of like a Cronenberg movie where it takes place at a clinic at a university where there's all this bizarre experimenting going on and people doing very unholy things. And we don't have the trailer to show you here, but it is on Fangoria.com. It just started last night.
Right? Yeah.
I don't think we could anyway because it's got a lot of nudity in it. So anyway, but in the cast is quite a few people like Rain, myself, Eileen Daly, who I worked with on Beast.
And she was in Beast too?
Yep, Beast.
Yes.
And Machines of Love and Hate, Darkness Surrounds Roberta, these other movies we've done. And it was very pleasant working in Liverpool. It was freezing, but the people were very, very friendly. They kept everything warm, so to speak. But they were interesting because they seemed like. I remember when we were shooting one night. This one actress. Her father was literally on his deathbed while we were shooting, and she, was kind of in shock, but she wanted to finish because she just felt like it was her duty, and they all had that strange attitude. But it was great. But on the other hand, it was like they're.
Well, it was a strange feeling because we're all impressed going to Europe and shooting in England, and it's a great achievement. And they're all impressed doing an American film, so it kind of worked out. And they were very professional. They were professional actors in the Liverpudlian area and the London area, and it was funny because in this one, Joe gets to be my uncle. So a niece and uncle relationship, and Beast is brother sister. We just got to keep it changed up, but keep it in the family.
Switching hats. If you read this month's Fangoria, you'll see we have a whole article on all the things we've done, and so we were always playing brother, sister, or co-workers. And in fact, there's another film showing here this weekend called Vindication that we had a little part in, just like kind of just a cameo. We play expectant parents for about a minute, but no matter what, we're always doing something as some kind of team. So it's,
good we like each other, right? Because we spend a lot of time. So
but it was very mean to her in Brain Cell. So it's
Yeah, he was very. The quick outline for Brain Cell is he's my evil uncle. My entire American family was slaughtered, and my mother is missing. So I moved to England to be with my only family who hates me, which is him, who runs a research facility. And while I'm there and going to therapy and sleeping with my therapist, because what else do you do, right? That really helps you get better. I slowly start finding out that the research that they're doing is on sleep therapy and dream therapy for people who have night terrors, but it's kind of not in the proper medical vein.
There's an ulterior motive
yes.
that gets out of control, that's what, so to speak. So, and there's lots and lots of gore. So.
So I don't know if anyone had any questions on either Beast, Brains, or anything that we have done in the past. No.
Anyone? We're going to be showing Beast this evening, actually at 7 p.m. And even though the DVD comes out in 2 weeks and we're having pre-sale thing at our table, but the screening is tonight, one time only. So,
Well, I have a question for you then, Joe.
Yes.
Because it seems like, you've done the last couple films, 2 in Germany, just the ones I've done with you in Italy, Darkness Surrounds Roberta, and then now England. Why Europe? Why do you keep going back to Europe? Everyone wants to know that.
Why do I? And I have not defected or anything like that. Just if for some reason, the people I've been working with, they always seem to get involved with filmmakers or friends who are there who have a small production company or just the facilities to do things, and it just seems more interesting, and it seems to have more production value to be able to film in a place where you have the Coliseum or like Liverpool, and because filming in New York, you get kind of bored with the same exact backdrops and the same exact people, and it gets expensive to fly people in and do things like that. So it gives a different atmosphere and a different feel. But I think the next project I do will have to be in the States again, because it's just getting that.
It's time. It's time to do it in the States.
But like I said, just for variety and just variety of people, and but I find that no matter where you work, the same philosophy of very difficult indie filmmaking applies. It doesn't matter what language you're speaking; it's always the same thing.
It's always just struggle to get it done with as little money as you have, and
it's a lot
struggle
of bartering.
To pull
It's
it
a
all
lot
together.
of.
It's I am always impressed on how well you're able to bring everyone together and get. Especially in a foreign country where you always seem to have problems. Just physically getting the people somewhere because you don't have access to their transportation. You don't know exactly how it works. So.
Well, at least you're in your element. When you're here, you know what shortcuts to take, what people to call in case of an emergency. But when you're there, you're kind of, depending upon the kindness of strangers, you literally, you've known people for a day, but you suddenly are having them drive you to train stations to pick up people that should have been picked up by the producer who, didn't show up, and all kinds of chaos happens. But it's really, you have to almost charm people to get them to work with you, and then unfortunately it works well because they seem to come back for more. But
yes,
but it is like a game. It very much is like a game. You get there and it's okay, how's this going to work and how's this going to go over?
Yeah.